Good afternoon, City of Raleigh. You are with Dr. Kimberly Muktarian, live and direct on Hargett Street. That's right, Hargett Street, in front of what we would call a railroad track. And Jane, we need to talk. Why? Because we just saw an article that says your constituents in this area are upset about the loud train that comes through because of the horns. But before we talk about loud trains and horns, let's talk about the significance of the railroad itself. Why? Because African Americans built this railroad track. And this railroad track was essential in building everything else around it. So not only did blacks build the tracks that connected all the way out to Asheville on other railroads, but they were made to do so under slave labor, but also prison labor. And that prison labor also came from Central Prison. If you want to know a little bit more about the things that we have built in this city and why it is so important to remember, this is not just about an area of convenience or inconvenience. It's about celebrating all of us. So the rocks from the quarry built with the help of the trains, mules, and other forms of transportation. It built the governor's mansion. It built the state capitol. It built Central Prison, the first prison in 1870, and housed black men for the most part because they wanted to put black men back in another form of slavery. But they also confined them to prison labor and farming and agriculture, as to why you have North Carolina State University as a continuation of slavery on slave plantation land. We also built North Carolina State University with 1.5 million bricks from the quarry. So when you think of rock quarry that is in District C, you cannot have a district without us. That is why we're asking you to help now, support. I know Downtown Alliance is moving swift when it comes to rehabbing their area and beautifying their area, even the investment of the city. But we're asking you to not only invest with your funds, because now you have already paid for a study to be done in 2012 for a silent train, but you've not paid $1 to look at research for reparations for the hands that built this city. So it is time to get past the privilege of paying our taxpayers' dollars to upfit or better downtown Raleigh. And remember the bricks and the hands that built the original parts of your city. And they came right out of Southeast Raleigh. Now I know maybe the council member won't tell you that, but we cherish our labor. We cherish our worth, and it is not to be exploited or distorted so that you can raise more money for wealth and wealth issues. It is time now for the city of Raleigh to give back as you keep building your parts of the city and quieting your part of the city for your convenience. Do remember the Central Prison inmates who may not have a clock to tell time, but the railroads that blow the horns remind them of the time each day that they serve, each day that they do their time, because they were never given the things that they deserved in the city and across this state. We're calling you now to preserve the rocks from the quarry. And if you can remember, they are crying out. And they're not at your city council meetings. They may be crying out at your fire stations. Number 12, telling you how bad or how depressed and oppressed they are as they hold up their trigger finger to shoot in the air on whomever's on the other end. I hope you remember that it is time for you to repay, repair, and repent. And just like you have the Recovery Act that provides the Recovery Act plan that gives out thousands of dollars, $250,000 to $350,000 for more research and development downtown Raleigh. We need that same research and development in Southeast Raleigh on Rock Quarry Road for the Rock Quarry Corridor. This is Dr. Kim, and we're calling you now to come forth and help support the efforts this Black history to change the course of destiny and history in our area for our youth, so that they can live and be proud of a city that their ancestors built. Thank you.